Hey everyone! It's been a little bit since I have uploaded a video, but there is a good reason for that. Dare I say, even a great reason. I have been working on these. Coloring books. Creepy ones to be precise. And right now, you might be thinking, Alex, this isn't related to reviewing video games at all. And to that I would say, yes. And not to worry. I have more game reviews and guides coming, but I wanted to give you a look into what I do outside of YouTube. If this kind of thing doesn't interest you, I completely understand, and I will see you back here for the next video game related content. But, if you are curious, and want to support me outside of this channel, bear with me for a few minutes. Also, God of War should have won Game of the Year.
Read it, boy.
I began work on these coloring books about 4 months ago, and in that time have finished 3 single coloring books and the first 3-book collection in what I am calling the Creepy Coloring Book series. Each coloring book is dedicated to a specific subject, and each features 25 unique images that I have hand-drawn, which is a weird statement if you think about it, because what other part of my body would I use to draw them? Anyway, I digress. The first of these books is the Creepy Cthulhu coloring book. Inside you will find images related to Lovecraftian horrors and a ridiculous amount of eyeballs and tentacles. The second coloring book in the series is the Creepy Sea Creature coloring book. This one also features an unhealthy amount of tentacles, but it also has various sea creatures that have been creepified. The last of the 3 books is the Creepy Christmas coloring book, which, as you might have guessed, is all things Christmas, just with a lot of tentacles. The running theme here is tentacles. And if you want to get all 3 books in one, and want to save a few bucks, you can order the Creepy Coloring Book Collection number 1. Now, a great question to ask is, why coloring books? And the simple answer is, because video games are very, very hard to make. Over the years, I have mainly created art for PC games. The bulk of these games were created with my brother during game jams, and we took some of those concepts and tried developing them into full titles. Here are a few examples. Now, during the initial stages of development, most of the work that is done is prototyping, and this usually leads to the artist having very little to do in the beginning, as most levels and assets are created using grayboxing, which is the process of laying out levels and mechanics with temporary assets, like gray boxes. Well, I was very bad at this, and I wanted to go full force into creating art immediately. What this led to was a high amount of burnout, as I often would create tons of assets just to have us abandon the game design when we realized it wasn't working. I can't even describe how many folders I have of fully completed art that I simply didn't use. That being said, I haven't given up on game dev completely, and still have some ideas and prototypes I want to create. In the meantime, though, I want to be able to create art and get it out to the world in a timely fashion. Coloring books are a perfect way to do this, as they satisfy that itch to create without the possibility of losing progress due to a failed design. And I don't mean that in a negative way. The ability to recognize that something you are creating is flawed and won't live up to the vision you initially had is very important. It helps vet ideas and designs that you would otherwise sink a massive amount of time into just for it to underperform. The problem is quite the reverse, which is the mistake I made, sinking a huge amount of time and effort into something that you end up walking away from. While the practice of sharpening your skills is important, the detriment to motivation from that process can be harmful. This is just a long way to say, coloring books, easy, video games, very, very hard. And I could go on and on about the pitfalls I have come across during my experience developing games, and maybe I will make a future video on that. But for now, I just wanted to say thank you for watching if you made it this far. And if you would like to support me and what I do here on this channel, consider picking up a coloring book. I'll have the links to them in the description. Thank you again for watching. I appreciate you all.